Welcome to another episode of Run with Julia. And I do have a coffee, you'll be glad to know. Perfect. And I haven't posted a Run with Julia because I had one, I'd made one at the weekend and I hadn't put it together, but I've got all the footage. And then I got back to where I'm staying and I blame Anadi because my husband, because he sent me a message, so I took it to the bath, my phone, to listen to his message, and I dropped the phone in the bath and it was like a slippery eel and it swam away, and I tried to revive it to no avail. However, it's been very good for my Spanish and very much motivated me because I've had to learn. I had to find a repair shop and the man spoke only Spanish to me, and so we established after a day or two that he couldn't revive it. And then the next thing was I had to buy a new one and get it all set up, but we navigated it, and I feel very motivated to get better at Spanish. And you missed my good weeks of training, so I've had two of my best weeks of training in years actually. I feel so good. I have a commitment this year. I've decided that I'm going to run more and work less. And the last 2 weeks of training, I ran 45 miles last week and 42 the week before. And last week's training comprised of some easy running. I do, as I said, my easy running is very easy, so I do some recovery running with my heart rate around 115 to 120. Then I do just next level up running in the 120s, 125 kind of average. And I did 2 recovery runs, I did other steady running, but then I did 24 times a minute on one run with a minute jog. I did 3k on threshold, which is on 147 for me, and so I ran it in an 8k run, and I ran that in 14:43, so is that 4:43 pace? I can't remember, no, 4:48 pace, I'm not sure, something like that. That was a threshold. And then I ran a great session on Sunday, which was in my Run with Julia, where I did 16 kilometres, so I did 8 of every other kilometre I ran at 5-minute pace. So I did 1 kilometre at 6 minutes a kilometre, 1 at 5 minutes a kilometre, and I actually did average that. I averaged 6 minutes for the odd kilometres, and I averaged 4:59, and that was kind of half. Whoops, that was a bike, and yeah, so it was a kind of half marathon training pace thing. That was my plan. Anyway, that was last week. So what I plan is another half marathon session this week, because I've entered the Budapest half marathon in September, so I want to get properly fast for that, properly fit. And so I haven't planned my session yet, but I will see you tomorrow. I haven't got anyone to film me running until the weekend. And Nadi's coming out, my husband, on Saturday, so we will be able to get a Run with Julia running. I will see you tomorrow on my half marathon interval session. Get a position where you can see me, but also see the lovely view. I've just left where I'm staying, and a Spanish man said, "Oh, aren't you cold?" And I said, "Soy inglesa." I'm English. This is like amazing. I mean, it's probably now like 9 o'clock-ish, and it's probably about 16 degrees now. But for the Spanish, obviously, it's a bit chilly. So, the plan is 5 times a mile with a 400 jog recovery and a warm-up first. And the goal is to run them between 10k and half marathon pace. So I haven't run a half a marathon for nearly 2 years, and the last time I ran 1:45, so that is 8:03 minutes a mile, and I haven't run a 10k for ages either. But my most recent 5k was 23:19, and usually, for rule of thumb, you double it and add a minute, so that would be 23, so that's 46, 46, 40, so 47, 40, yeah, 47, 40. That's it, isn't it? So that pace would be somewhere between sort of 7:45 to 8:03. So 7:45 to 8:05 minutes for the mile. So let's see, because at the end of the day, people say it's 90% mental and 10% physical. Did they say that? Anyway, my experience is it's 100% physical and 100% mental, because you have to be tough enough to do the training, stay in there when it's not going well, when you're on the edge during a race, hang on in there, all those things. But ultimately your body has to be able to do it. So I find that when I'm super fit, then I run well. So the plan is to get super fit. So I can't have any pictures of me running because I'm not very good at the running and holding a thing. And I plan to get a what are they called? Drone at some point. But today I'll just let you know after I've done 3 of them, because that will be, I'll be on my way back then. And then I'll let you know at the end, the end result. So, vamos a ver. Well, it's going very well. I've just finished the 3rd mile in Puerto Banús, and obviously this has given me a little bit longer recovery, which is quite nice after 3, but they're going exceeding expectations. The first one was 7:41, the next was 7:42, and that one was 7:39. So my confirmation that my training month is working. Right, but not too much recovery. Last 2. That went very well indeed. Very well indeed. I did 5 times a mile. 400 jog was about a 3-minute jog recovery. Get my hair right, shall I? And my times were 7:41, 7:42, 7:39, 7:40 and 7:35. So I'm getting very fit. I'm doing my cool down along the beach in the water's edge, but having just lost one phone to water, I decided I'd do the film up here. I thought we don't want too much phones deciding that they can swim and then finding they can't. So I'm cooling down along the last kilometre along the water's edge, which is a gorgeous view. I'll show you the view I've got looking up. So now I'm in my favourite cafe, Dar Julia. I love it here, and you can sit for ages, and they just know me. And so I've had my brunch, and I'm doing work and making this video, putting it together, and feel very well recovered and enjoying my Spanish training camp, and committed to making sure it continues, because one of the factors that I can feel has made a lot of difference this year is I have had a lot more sleep. And I know it's an obvious thing, but I was so busy last year that sometimes sleep didn't happen for the length of time that my body's asking for now. And sleep, food, I'm eating really well, and probably eating more because I've got more time to actually sit and eat food, even though I'm always very committed to recovering and eating. I definitely feel I'm eating more here. Eating more, sleeping more, running more. It's a good formula for getting fit. So on we go, and it's fun. I'm enjoying it. My body's responding as it approaches its 66th birthday. It's loving doing what it was born to do. So thank you as always for running with me, and next video will be actual running. So I'm looking forward to that, and if you've loved the video, please put the thumbs up, and I will see you next time, and thank you for running with me and running with you.